Ladies and gentlemen, please turn your attention to center court for the ringing of your Liberty Bell. And now, your Philadelphia 76ers starting lineup. At shooting guard, standing 6'5", number 0, Josh Richardson. At small forward, standing 6'8", number 12, Tobias Harris. At the other guard position, 6 feet 10 inches, number 25, Ben Simmons. The other forward position, standing 6'8", number 42, Al Horford. In the middle, 7 feet, number 21, Joel Embiid. The head coach of your home team is Greg Brown. Ladies and gentlemen, your Philadelphia 76ers.
Broadcasting live, 2K Sports presents the NBA. It's Monday night. With Greg Anthony and Chris Webber, this is Kevin Harlan. David Aldridge will be reporting from the sidelines. And a chance to take a look at some numbers for Brown.
And his three-point shooting has gotten a lot better over his last 10 games. He looks so much more comfortable from beyond. There's no doubt he's got the green light to let it fly whenever the shot's there for him.
So a look at the starters for the Wizards. Beal and Miles out on the perimeter. Hachimura out there with Wagner, and it's Wall in at point guard. And for Philadelphia, the tall lineup out there for the 76ers. Simmons, Richardson, Harris, Horford, and Embiid. This end of the season awards already being debated. What did it mean to you when you were named All-NBA?
Well, it meant a lot, especially in my era, again, of playing against the best power forwards, I feel, in a group of all time. And so it meant a lot. There's only one power forward position, and so to be on that All-NBA team, it's something that's more special to me than being an All-Star, because it's not about being the best 12 or 24. It's about being the best 5 in the league. And so those moments were always special, being named the first team.
And like you said, you played in the golden era of the best players ever to play that position.
I tell you what, I think I played in the era where anyone that you would have picked in the power forward from the Western Conference, I couldn't have been upset at over myself, because everyone played in such a dominating fashion. Their teams were winning, and I knew personally how hard it was to guard these guys one-on-one.
Here's Philadelphia. He gets a chance now to catch up with the fourth member of our crew, Hall of Famer David Aldridge.
I briefly spoke with Scott Brooks. Two sides have split their meetings this season, and I asked Coach what he thought the difference between those two games were. He said, I know Philly loves to talk about the process. Well, in one game they processed us, and the next we processed them. I'm sure I'm not using that the right way, but the fact is we need to come out and play with fire tonight. No, Coach, you're not using it the right way, but we get your meaning. Guys.
All right, thank you, David. The Wizards shooting their first free throws tonight. The first trip to the stripe in this one.
And 75% on the season as a unit from the free throw line.
The first one falls.
And Chris, a very unique experience playing in the nation's capital. What was your time like with Washington?
Oh, I love D.C. Oh, I love Chocolate City. I mean, the surrounding areas of D.C. love the team as well. There's something special about playing in the capital.
That's also good. So he hits both free throws.
Yeah, and I love the fans in Philly. They're notoriously prickly, though. They expect hard-nosed effort. If not, they'll let you hear about it.
Now, here's Richardson. 8 points his last outing. And 2 free throws coming up. Unable to get that one to go with all the contact. Bradley Beal picks one up. Chris, you're talking about the Philly fans. They were even booing
the
their
line for
team
your
in that
76ers.
conference semifinal
Josh
round against
Richardson.
Toronto.
Yeah, they got nervous
At the
with the
line for
season
two.
on the line. You can't take it personal. In Philly, they love you just as much as they boo you.
Shooting two.
And he makes the first.
And last season, the Sixers unveiling a Dr. J statue on their Legends Walk outside the team training facility.
Oh, yeah, his second statue in Philly. I mean, the other one is down by the stadium. At that Legend Walk, you know who he joins? Wilt Chamberlain, Mo Cheeks, Bobby Jones, Billy Cunningham, Hal Greer. That's some good company to be in. Some great history for the Sixers.
He's perfect from the line this time.
His free throw shooting is something they never need to worry about. He doesn't even know how to go through a cold streak.
And the call will be against Al Horford. That'll be his second foul of the game.
Just a little too amped up here early. 2 fouls on him already. That's going to affect his playing time.
Scotty's checked in for Al Horford. Just over a minute and a half played here in this one. Scott against Wall. Here's Hachimura. And Embiid pulls it down. Harris against Myers. Harris's shot is good.
Well, throughout Harris's career, he has worked on building up his body, putting that added strength to good use on these tough finishes.
Pass to Hachimura. That shot is off. And the 76ers go the other way with it. They defeated Indiana in their last game.
That one was lopsided. And you've got to say, not all that shocking.
Here's Embiid. Another shot. And there's 2 points. Working on the glass, paying off that time.
And early on, they've been nearly perfect from the floor. Just the one miss here on their first 5 attempts.
And Ben Simmons picks up the foul. That is his first foul of the game.
First personal foul.
And a little over 2.5 minutes gone here in the first. And Wall kicks to Beal.
Versatile defender who can guard at any position. Simmons. He's using his speed and length to annoy shooters.
Takes the 13-footer. It's good. He makes his first shot of the game.
And when it rains, it pours. Another jump shot tickles the twine.
They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Too many empty possessions. Right now, they need a basket.
Here's Wagner. He's a good contributor to his team, averaging about 10.5 points a game. And it's Wall in the corner. 4 on the shot clock. Poked away and stolen by Simmons. Harris passes to Richardson. Great D that time from Beal.
That's a surprise. I mean, really out of character for him to miss when the defense is not right up on it.
Wall passes to Wagner. Pass to Miles. The Wizards need to get a shot off here. From deep, Wall. Here's Wagner. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. That one on Harris.
Yeah, good job to take it right at the D.
Washington shooting their 3rd and 4th free throw attempts of the game.
At the line for 2.
And the first one at the line is good.
And so many issues for this Wizards team the last few seasons have been due to a lack of an inside presence.
Yeah, inside scoring has been a problem, GA. I mean, they've had to lean heavily on outside shooting. Also, though, they've been struggling with rebounding.
Both good from the line that time.
And for the Sixers, the health of their draft picks has been a story. Zaire Smith, Markelle Fultz, Ben Simmons, Joel Embiid, all missing significant time with injury.
Health continues to be a key for them, GA. Embiid in particular, he's missed some games last year, missed some back-to-backs. He's 7'2". You just hope his knees can withstand the grind. They got to keep him going to reach their goal.
So for Washington, their last game, a loss to the Thunder. Outside, Beal. Takes a shot at the elbow. Rebound by the 76ers. Last time these two teams came together was also in this building. They were able to win it for the home fans.
Well, they coasted to the win in that one. Were dominant in the rebound department, and that was a huge factor.
Yeah, controlling the flow of second chance opportunities is the key. I mean, something they'll try to replicate tonight.
The 76ers have had 2 chances at the line already, making them both.
At the line for 2.
Shooting 2.
He misses the free throw. The Wizards making a switch here. Rollins checked in. And he sinks the second.
In a new regime in Washington as they have moved on from the previous GM, a lot to do here.
Yes, yeah, and it's not an ideal cap situation to work with. Fans are excited to see what can be done. They need to land a few big free agents. It hasn't happened for the Wizards in a while.
Now, here's Miles. Still getting warmed up offensively. No scoring yet from him.
They get away with it here, but that's not a shot you should ever be getting.
Here's Richardson. The shot, no good. And it's Washington the other way. They come into this one following a loss to the Thunder.
Yeah, I mean, in that one, you really saw a difference in aggression between the two teams, particularly on the board.
Well, the rebounding numbers weren't even close. I mean, if that was a boxing match on the glass, they would have stopped that fight a long time ago.
Here's Richardson after the basket by Washington. Pass to Scott. All alone. And Wagner pulls it down. Wagner's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. Wall passes to Hachimura. And he goes strong with the one-handed jam.
And the awareness of Wall, a guy you can count on to find the open man.
And the pass to Richardson. It's blocked. Here's Hachimura. He's coming off a 10-point game against Oklahoma City.
And his rebounding was solid in that effort as well. He did a lot of work on the glass. All around, just his effort level was off the charts.
Now here's Simmons. He picked up 18 points in their last win against Indiana. Here's Harris. The basket good off the assist from Simmons. Harris has got his 2nd basket of the night.
Well, I'll tell you what, Harris is a solid mid-range shooter. And he feels comfortable from there.
Pass to Hachimura. And stolen by Richardson. And here's the fast break. Embiid wide open. Wide open shot is on the money. And now it's an 11-point 76ers lead. And so it's Wall. He brings it up for Washington. So timeout called here, the first for Washington.
Well, you look at Tobias Harris. I mean, it's remarkable the way he's improved. His confidence from three-point range, a huge part of it.
And while we have a chance, how about the numbers for Joel Embiid? Averaging 23 points per game, 13 rebounds, and just over 2 blocks. To have a scorer like him consistently deliver you points makes such a big difference for a team.
Yeah, it gives you something you really can rely on going into every game. And you can also work off of him to look to create for others.
Now here's Thomas. He had a 12-point outing in their last game against Oklahoma City.
They've been beating them to a lot of those loose balls and rebounds here to start.
And that one's good.
And the defense looks soft early on. They've got to sum it up a little more sense of urgency.
Offside Thomas. And it's Philadelphia with the rebound. Embiid's got rebound number 7 for him tonight. Now here's Ennis. D right on him. Pass to O'Quinn. It's good. He makes his first shot of the game.
They've wasted no time settling into their offense.
2 minutes to start the first quarter.
Brown outside. Back to Thomas. To stop the run. Traps in the tray.
Three-point range. That's an area where Thomas always seems to get open. So good at finding space out there.
Passes it to Burke. Here's the floater. Goes back up. Back to Ennis. The pass to Thibault. And another shot. Here's Embiid. Persistence pays off as they finally hit a shot. Embiid's got his 3rd bucket of the night. Brown feeling it out a bit. Pass to Thomas. He kicks to Mahimi. Puts it up from 17. Here's Wagner. No good. Not a friendly rim at all this trip down. Ennis with the ball. Nothing yet on the scoreboard for him. Embiid, the pass to Thibault. Fires from 14. And that one hits back iron.
A team's rebounding is a great measure of its energy, and theirs has been terrific here in the first quarter.
Wagner, good.
That's just great touch.
Yes,
That teardrop. Oh, that's all about feel.
Now here's Burke. He's guarded by Thomas. Now here's Burke. Looking at his numbers, he's averaging about 6.5 points a game. And he makes that one.
Displaying intensity right off the opening tip, especially on the offensive end.
Yeah, they've been very aggressive, and they've taken early control of this game.
And so it's the Philadelphia 76ers holding on to an 11-point cushion as we get ready to take a break. Their defense has been terrific in this game. And we'll be back with you shortly. The game is evolving, and Al Horford has changed his game along with it.
It never occurred to me that I'd be shooting threes at this rate and doing some of the things that I'm doing, but it's just the way that the game has evolved.
And give Horford credit. He adjusted with the times. He didn't stay set, Greg, in his ways.
Yeah, he was always a great mid-range shooter, and he's proven to be a legitimate threat from deep.
And glad to have you with us, folks. Second quarter of basketball. This game has not exactly been neck and neck, but plenty of time left in this one. Guys, 76ers pretty much in control here, it would seem.
What we saw in that first quarter, they won their matchups defensively.
Yeah, they really got after it. I mean, they made life extremely difficult for shooters. This is why they hold this lead.
And now, brought to you by Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset our lineups. So, the Wizards 5 right now. They've got Ian Mahimi. Ish Smith is out there with Isaiah Thomas, and it's Bonga in at the small forward position.
Take a break. 2 shots.
And the first one drops.
And with Embiid and Ben Simmons both at their best in the paint, maybe not the ideal fit if you're the Sixers and you had to trade one of them. Which is it?
Oh, man, that's so tough. They're both great players, GA, but Embiid, his health remains a question mark. And Simmons, imagine if you have a team of shooters built around him like Giannis in Milwaukee. That's a tough question.
Well, it's a new front office in Washington, and Greg, they've got their work cut out for him.
John Wall's huge Supermax contract as he deals with the Achilles injury. Tough questions to be answered about the direction they're going to take talent-wise.
Here's Thibault. Tries again. Horford. Here's Embiid. Just couldn't take the lid off. They had their chances, but came up empty. To the middle. Here's Wagner. And it's Philadelphia with the rebound. Embiid's got 11 rebounds in the game. Here's Thibault. And that one is hammered home.
Man, he sure can get off the floor.
He one of the best in the business, absolutely. Here's Smith outside Thomas. Pass to Bonga. Here's Wagner. That one's rebounded by Embiid. Embiid's got rebound number 12 here already in the game. Ennis kicks to Burke. Passes it to Embiid. Pocket 6. And that's out of bounds. Philadelphia will retain possession. And now a chance to see what's coming up for the Philadelphia 76ers. On Wednesday, they'll take on Marc Gasol and the Toronto Raptors. And then on Thursday, they'll tip off a road trip in Charlotte where they'll take on the Hornets.
And looking at that Timberwolves matchup, there aren't many other meetings that are as evenly matched as this one. Both teams can give and take punches, and this one, I think, is going to come down to the wire.
The Wizards with another miss. The 76ers leading by 15. Ennis passes to Horford. And Wagner pulls it down.
That is some tough defense there against one of the better finishers in our game.
Smith, well-timed pass, and he goes straight to the bucket for the layup.
The cleverness of Smith showing itself once again. Terrific at getting into the heart of the D and then cashing in.
And there's the pass to Thibault. Embiid with it. Pass to Thibault. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here. The NBA fans sometimes called the 6th man. Chris, talk about what a difference this crowd, home crowd, can make for a team in a place.
2 shots.
Well, I could talk about that from my experience. Let's talk about from my experience first. Sacramento, we had a lady called Sign Lady. Now, of course, she had a real name, but she says, just call me Sign Lady. She would make the most beautiful signs. Vlade, we believe in you. Paige, every shot is good. She make them creatively. They'd be bright. They'd be big. And we looked for her for encouragement. The cowbells, how loud everyone there was. Some first-time gamers saying, this is my first game coming to watch. Go win, Chris. Or people that's been like, I've never missed a game. You want to do it for the fans. How loud they are. How they get on the teams. How they get on the refs. You got to love it. And then for the rest of the league, oh, my God. Last year in the playoffs, going to the Milwaukee Bucks, their home arena, that new arena they have there. Oh, crazy. You want to talk about crazy fans? Go out to Toronto and hang outside with 10,000 crazy fans in the rain while they're singing and shouting and having fun over there in Jurassic Park. And we all know about the great fans that Golden State had all their years in Oracle, some of the most loyal fans ever. The 6th man, the fans being the 6th man, that is not a cliche. That is not made up for PR purposes. That's true and real. And some of the best players will tell you how those fans have taken them over the top, giving them energy to win some games.
Yeah, a lot of energy. Now here's Beal. Last game he had 13. It's hauled in by Harris.
They've shown some strength in the paint today. Their work on the boards has been impressive.
Kept alive. Second chance shot. And that one's good. Thibault. Bibles got 8 points.
He's finally coming around, trying to make up for that goose egg he put up in the first quarter.
Hachimura the pass to Mahimi. Here's Beal, and finished off by Beal.
Oh, I like watching Bill finish with authority. He doesn't mess around when he's knifing his way to the basket.
And here in the second quarter of action as we approach 4 minutes played. With the hook shot. Tried to bank it in, but he misses. Wizards trail by 15. Inside, here's Hachimura.
We've seen Bill evolve as a playmaker, including how he spots his open teammates.
Simmons with it. Now Beal defending. Harris outside. Drains the three-pointer. 7 points in the game.
Pick works well there. Not much resistance from the D.
It's a lazy effort, let's just be honest. Hoping the shooter misses, that doesn't constitute defense.
And so it looks like Washington will retain possession here. Scotty's checked in for the 76ers. Josh Richardson comes in for James Ennis. The Wizards also changing it up. C.J. Miles, he's checked in for Thomas. And John Wall subbed in for Smith. Philadelphia on D. Here's Wall, and blocked the ball with his palm. What a defensive play. Simmons on the wing. He's a solid producer, averaging nearly 22 points a game. Wizards trail by 16. Beal can't get it to go.
And that is a textbook example of how to defend your rim.
Well, that's why he's out there right now. In situations like this, he stands tall to prevent points.
Washington's gone 0-2 from deep here in the second. Here's Hachimura. Guarded by Simmons. Hachimura the pass to Beal. And so the ball out of bounds. Beal touched it last. Now a chance, guys, to examine the rebounding numbers over the past months for Horford.
In the last few months, the rebounding has sort of taken a bit of a dive for him, and a lot of factors could be the cause, but it's a trend that coach would probably like to see him reverse.
Now here's Simmons. Down low. That's good from Harris on the assist by Simmons. 9 points for Tobias Harris.
His individual effort has been outstanding tonight, and it's helped him grab the lead. A triple-double machine. I mean, Ben Simmons surpassed by only the great Oscar Robinson with the pace he's piling them up.
Now here's Wall. 14 points from him the last game against Oklahoma City.
His impact wasn't just on offense. He played great deep, blocked 2 shots. I mean, there wasn't a whole lot he didn't do in that game.
Nice job clearing some space out under the boards and setting himself up there for the putback.
And not just any old putback, Clark, but a big, big follow. He muscles it in through the contact, and they call the foul. And he's on his way to the free throw line.
That's just the big boy muscle of Harris, a real energizer who just fights through contact on his shots.
And you look at the all-around impact of Ben Simmons, already a star and an all-star. You know what, Chris? If he adds a jump shot, how good do you think he can be?
Whoa. Some say you better polish up that MVP trophy. I mean, perimeter shooting, the only thing he really lacks.
One shot.
Kyle O'Quinn, he's checked in for Philadelphia. That's good from Harris. Here's one of the most versatile scorers in the game, Tobias Harris. He had some great teachers, too, including Hall of Famer George the Iceman Gervin.
Yeah, well, check this out, Kevin. His father was Gervin's agent late in his career. I mean, from age 10, Tobias got to train at Gervin's facility every summer. They still work out to this day. That's a real one. Harris learned from a great how to get buckets.
Time called here. The Wizards decide to talk it over. Here's when it comes to playing alongside another big guy. I'm sure you have to think of ways to complement each other. Not just him, but it's got to be a two-way street.
Yeah, but it starts with chemistry. It starts with friendship. It starts with wanting to win. And I played with 2 big guys that come to mind that made me better. Juwan Howard there and Washington, just looking at him throwing it. Ooh, I would miss 2-3 shots in a row, and we look and we say, I'll get you an easy one, big fella. And I would do the same thing to him. We're playing with a guy like Vlade that would say, hey, wait a minute, Bibby or Peja didn't get a shot. Set a screen for them, and he would pass it to them, and then the next play say, now it's your turn, you're open, because they're going to go over there to those guys. We already tricked the defense ahead. So guys that are smart, guys that can pass, and also guys that will say, hey, man, you look a little tired. Let's switch. I'll check Shaq this play.
One more time, give it up for your dream.
Here's a look at numbers for Brown. How last month turned out for him, averaging about 7 points, 5 rebounds, and 2 assists. And he continues to hone his game. I think the potential is there.
Oh, yeah, you can see the potential, but it's raw. He needs to keep refining that skill set.
Now, here's Wall. Still looking for his first bucket in this one. Oh, he blocked it and deflects off the backboard. And Brown over to help. Richardson uses the glass to finish the lane.
Richardson.
And the 76ers lead by 21.
Did you see the no-look pass by Harris right there? I mean, he's a wing that knows how to move the ball.
Hachimura the pass to Wall. Out of bounds. Philadelphia takes possession.
What are you doing?
And now you look at the top rookie rebounders in the season's second half. Well, you look at Hachimura, one of the game's best, second in the league.
Well, he continues to improve. I mean, since the break, he's taken it to another level, looking less and less like a rookie every day.
Now here's Simmons. A 21-point lead, the biggest in the game. And there's Horford. That's good on the assist by Simmons. Horford's got 6.
No, look, it's never easy to stop Horford. I mean, mainly because he's so strong and able to shrug off the D.
Wall against Simmons. It's Miles on the wing. To halt the run. And Philadelphia grabs the miss.
And he did everything he could to make that shot as difficult as possible.
Excellent D, avoiding fouling and got in the perfect position to alter the shot.
O'Quinn finds Harris. Back to O'Quinn. That's basket. Number 2 with his third shot off to a fast 2 for 3.
Yeah, that's the third bucket in a row from the paint. This defense needs to clog those lanes in the middle.
Here's Wall. Brown trying to free himself up. Comes up empty down low.
Well, I'm surprised he's still out there. He's been invisible at the offensive end all game long.
Here's Simmons. O'Quinn trying to free himself up. Shot's good by Simmons. Simmons got his second basket of the game. And so it's Wall with it, bringing it up for the Washington Wizards. Washington calls timeout.
And the lack of rim protection, top of the list.
Without question. They're giving up too many high percentage looks, a trend that they'd like to
for the 76ers. And a switcher also for Washington. Wagner's checked in. Philadelphia on D. Outside, Beal.
2 minutes left in the second quarter.
We've got 1:55 left now here in the second, and the shot is good.
Oh, you love how Bill rises over the D. He loves out muscling them at every turn.
Burke kicks to Horford. Now here's Burke, covered by Wall. Burke can't get it to go.
Not sure what the D was doing there. Clearly a breakdown. You can ill afford to give a guy like him that good a look.
Oh, you can't be careless around Horford. Throw up a weak shot around him, he'll send it back. Well, until he starts knocking down some shots, I don't think the Jefferson's going to get this. Such incredible hops for a center. Look, it allows him to hold his own against any other 5 in the league.
They need a bucket in a big way here to regain some confidence.
And it's blocked by O'Quinn. They get it back. Philadelphia shooting 52% from the floor. Nice work so far from them. Burke kicks to Simmons. Pass to Horford. Back to Simmons. 5 on the clock. Here's O'Quinn. Rebounded by the Wizards. Wagner's got rebound number 8 now on the night. Beal gets a wide open look. The putback. It's good on the putback.
And despite the hot start from beyond, they've gotten away from shooting the triple.
To the paint. Outside for Simmons. Some nice ball movement here by the 76ers. To the right side. Horford, no luck.
Still plenty of time for him to contribute in this game, but it's a tough stretch he's going through.
Floats one. Hachimura, no good. He goes up again, and the shot goes down. Hachimura's got 8.
And his coaches and teammates love that. They want Hachimura getting after it more on that offensive glass.
Tobias Harris, he's feeling it tonight and has been the driving force for the Philadelphia 76ers. What didn't he do in that quarter? A fantastic all-around effort. And don't go away. We'll be right back.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey again, everybody. So far, a pretty lopsided game, but still one half to play. I'm Ernie Johnson, joined by Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. What a game it's been for Tobias Harris. He had 12 points, 4 rebounds, and 3 assists. And from what we saw so far from the Sixers, Kenny, what's your takeaway?
They're going right to the rim, finishing every chance they get. The D was helpless trying to stop them and beating them inside. I love the relentlessness and the aggressive style. This is how you impose your will on another team.
And over to Shaq, your take on the Wizards.
They relied way too heavily on the three-point shot in the first half. Their long-range game was off. That's the off sound. They were off. But they still settled for the outside shots. They got to put more pressure on the defense by pounding it inside and attacking the basket.
And that's going to do it for us here. The second half of action is coming your way.
And as we dive into the second half, we'll find out if the next 2 quarters are any different from the first 2. So far, it has been a runaway. We've seen a tremendous game from Harris.
He's done a fantastic job of finding open space to operate within the first few quarters.
Yeah, the offense looks crisp, and guys are hitting their shots.
Well, we've got a second half of basketball for you. We think it's going to be pretty good. A big comeback, though, is needed for this game to be competitive, and it probably has to happen quickly. The tall lineup out there for the 76ers. Simmons, Richardson, Harris, Horford, and Embiid. That's the group on the floor for Philadelphia. Now here's Wall. No points in the game yet for him.
And physically, there's no doubt they've been the stronger team. A plus 10 rebound advantage tells you all you need to know.
Beal taking his time here. That one drops for him. He's got 10.
you have to push Hachimura out of there if you're the defense. He's a real problem on the interior.
Yeah, Kevin, and it didn't happen overnight. It's clear that Bradley Beal is a franchise player. I mean, he's worked on his game year to year, and now he's a superstar in this league.
And Chris, with Beal, it's in large part due to how he has expanded his game, which means he now impacts the game more.
Yeah, well, Beal moves so much on both offense and defense. He's a very active player. He's never passive on the floor, and he looks for ways to inject himself into games.
That's good from Richardson. And we've seen stars, Chris, get suspended in the playoffs for having 7 technical fouls. Should we modify that rule at all, do you think?
I think it can be tweaked if everyone agrees on it. But for me personally, I don't think that we've had enough superstar players get suspended with that rule to say let's change the number. We definitely want superstar players to play in the playoffs, to play for their fans. But we also want to keep the integrity of the game. And if technicals means I get to yell at the referee more, well, then maybe I just have to have more discipline on my end and say, wait a minute, I can't do this because it's going to hurt the team. So I'm not sure about that yet.
Wall, good.
He's not lacking confidence, I'll tell you that. Wall knows he has the green light to shoot off the pass.
Simmons passes to Richardson. And it's blocked. And that's on a bounce. Philadelphia will retain possession. And here are the 76ers now. Horford finds Simmons. Down to 5 on the shot clock. For 3.
This is not the start they wanted coming out of the break. 0 for 3 so far, and they're not playing with much intensity.
Harris against Miles. Right side, Beal. Looking to get it going, and that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle, and 2 shots coming up. That one on Richardson. At times, Chris, reporters have talked about a rift between Beal and Wall. But you know what? Beal has nothing but great things to say about his backcourt mate.
Yeah, Kevin, Beal has said himself that he believes a lot of his success is due to Wall. Bill's production with Wall sideline flourished. But Bill would much prefer to have Wall by his side.
Shooting 2.
He's off on the first.
And did you see the maturation of Bill over time? I noticed it. He added more wrinkles and dimensions to his game. He's an impressive 2-guard.
No luck that time either.
As great as he is offensively, Kevin, Al Horford is even better on defense. Not a volume shot blocker or rebounder, but he's strong, agile, and always like this.
And he just powered that one down.
One of the game's top dunkers. And the Wizards with possession after the Sixers pick up 2. Wall with the slam.
Look, you can't allow Wall to get a lane to the rim. He's too fast.
76ers have gotten just one of their first 4 shots to fall since coming out of the locker room at the break. And Chris, at the defensive end, so much of it is communication and positioning.
Yeah, offense is trying to force rotations and force mistakes. Horford doesn't take plays off, and his recognition is a step ahead.
For Philadelphia, they have shot 10 of 11 at the line. Nice work so far for them.
And as a team, really just middle of the pack in terms of their percentage from the line at about 76.
And he knocks down the first one.
I mean, you got to love the skill set Simmons possesses. A nightly triple-double threat. He stuffs the stat sheet.
Mike Scott's checked in for the 76ers. Ennis comes in for Josh Richardson. Then for the Wizards, Bonga's checked in. And it's Ish Smith in for Bradley Beal. He makes 1 of 2 that time. Wizards have gone 3 of 6 in the third quarter. 50% from the field. Smith the pass to Hachimura. Some solid defense from Harris. They are enjoying the commanding lead.
And it really gives them the opportunity to give their starters a rest. Always critical when you get ready for that home stretch.
Now here's Simmons. He has 5. Passes it to Ennis. The 76ers need to get off a shot. They get it again. And good work on the boards, and they pick up the second chance points. And that's 10 points for Joel Embiid. Washington shooting just 31% in the game. Thomas goes in. Second half here. We're just over 3.5 minutes into it. Around the back and lays it in.
He embraces the contact, does Thomas. At his height, he uses his body like a shield. Just has such great leverage, creating space for the finish.
Now here's Ennis. He's gotten some minutes, but nothing on the board yet. It's taken away by Smith, and that one drops.
It's that kind of aggression that's led to an increased role for Smith these past few years. I mean, they want him playing fast and attacking.
Now here's Ennis. He's guarded closely. Chalk up to his.
It works well there. Not much resistance from the D.
It's a lazy effort. Let's just be honest. Hoping the shooter misses, that doesn't constitute defense.
Here's Hachimura. 10 points for him. In the corner, Smith with it. Clock at 4. Over Ennis. No good off the back of the rim.
He's going to have a tough time hitting that if he can't create a little more space for himself.
Harris, no good.
Even for a player who's not a three-point specialist, I mean, that's a shot you got to knock down.
Thomas inside, guarded by Simmons. Lays it up and banks it in. Thomas got 10 points in the game.
He's been fantastic, but he can't do it all by himself. Some of the other guys need to lighten the load and step up.
Simmons dishes to Embiid. Doesn't get it to drop for him. Now Washington takes it the other way. Smith outside. Back to Thomas. Kicks it to Smith. And he drops in the layup off the glass. Smith's got 4 points this quarter.
And that's 10 straight points in the paint. The defense, nowhere to be found.
The pass to Embiid. And Wagner pulls it down. Wagner's got rebound number 13 for him here tonight. Bonga, the pass to Thomas. Simmons with the defensive effort.
And that is a textbook example of how to defend your rim.
Well, that's why he's out there right now. In situations like this, he stands tall to prevent points.
Now here's Simmons. He's got 5, and he'll shoot free throws here. Clearly fouled on that shot that time, the whistle blowing. And there's the call on Washington with the foul.
Oh, man, and defenders have to be more cautious when guarding Harris. He is constantly looking to draw contact on his shots.
He's gone 1 of 1 in the game so far from the line.
And just a top-notch free throw shooter this year, all the way up there at 88%.
2 shots. Last on the
First one falls for him.
Yeah, he was a 19th pick in the 2011 NBA draft. I mean, Harris entered the league after a quality year as a Tennessee Volunteer.
Brown is checked in for Washington. And Harris drops them both. And Washington has possession. Thomas deciding where to go with it. It's Brown with the drive, and they pick up 2.
And it's coming easy for them right now. 5 baskets in a row in the paint.
And here is Burke. Pass to Harris. That's tipped. Pass to Thibault. 6 on the shot clock. Over Smith. Rebounded by the Wizards. And he finishes nicely on the layup. Smith's got 6 here in this quarter.
Every time they get scored on during this run, it's come from inside the paint.
Here's Thibault, covered by Smith. Here's Burke. That's tipped. Oh, and a fast break for the Wizards. Thomas's shot is off. Philadelphia leading by 19. To the left wing. Tries from 10. A shot off that time. Now Washington takes it the other way. Bonga, the pass to Thomas. Smith outside. Now Thomas. He's got 10. Good for another field goal. Number 5 in the night. 5 for 10 shooting.
Oh, he's got it rolling this quarter, taking it on himself to guide their offense.
And we all know how rough things have been for Thomas the last few seasons, Greg, battling injuries and trying to find the right situation for his talents.
And the injuries have clearly taken their toll on Thomas. A lot of things need to go right for you to be a star player at his size, and lately that just hasn't been the case.
And he recovers it. And here comes Thomas leading the fast break. Wagner. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
Just in a perfect position to grab that rebound and then get the putback.
And the 76ers decide to take their first timeout here.
Yeah, things not going their way, and he wants to just try to talk this one over.
Well, the defensive intensity has to pick up, and I'm sure coach is going to let them know that.
Changes for Philadelphia. Horford comes in for Kyle O'Quinn. And it's Richardson in for Tobias Harris. Burke, the pass to Thibault. Passes to Horford. to the inside. Scott, shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws.
That's his first.
And he's got his first free throw of the game.
Numbers this year at the line below 70, so when he's getting to the line, not nearly as effective as he played.
That free throw missing. And the second free throw, good. We've got 1:13 left here in the third quarter. All taking his time here. And the slam dunk by Wall.
Oh, man, so difficult to contain. When Wall is attacking the defense, they're basically at his mercy.
Now the pass to Thibault. From beyond the arc, it's good from long range. Thibault's got 11 points.
And certainly, they are not hesitating, letting it fly from deep here in the second half.
41 seconds left in the third quarter of the game. Fires at the elbow. He can't get it to go. Nice D from Scott.
And they've only got a slight edge on the boards, but it just feels a lot bigger.
Pass to Horford. Pass to Thibault. 5 to shoot. From deep. Rebounded by the Wizards. Outside, Wall. Good, it's Beal picking up the assist.
3 points.
Beal's got 3 assists now in this one.
Always encouraging to see Wall hit from distance. I mean, help set up the rest of his offense.
Well, through 3 quarters of play, down double digits, it may be difficult to overcome. 76ers ahead, leading by 14. Live from Philadelphia, you're watching 2K Sports. And with the fourth quarter upon us, time is running out for this game to become competitive. Philadelphia leading by 14. Fourth quarter on the court for the Wizards. Ball runs the play with Beal at the 2. Wagner out there with Brown. And it's Miles in at the 3. Knocked away. Horford the pass to Richardson. 6 to shoot. Shot on the wing. And that one is good. Richardson's got the first field goal of the fourth quarter here for Philadelphia.
Oh, man, the awareness and the IQ of Horford. They're so adept at getting the ball to his open teammates.
Here's Wall. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass.
And they're forcing the ball inside, and it's working like a charm.
Burke kicks to Richardson. And it goes for the 5th time in 10 shots for him this game.
That's just great touch. The teardrop, well, that's all about fear.
Wall passes to Brown. Fourth quarter still young, just over a minute play. Richardson gets a wide open look. It's good. The assist had time for Menace. Richardson's got 11 points here in just the second half. Wall passes to Wagner. He dishes it to Beal. And we've made our way through just over a minute and a half in this fourth quarter. Ennis dishes to Burke. Here's Scott. Back to Burke. Lets the three fly. Connects from three-point range.
Yeah, they're relying on their three-point shooting and getting pretty good results.
Ball passes to Wagner. Burke looking over the floor. Here's Richardson. That one, no good. Great D that time from Beal. The Wizards shooting 40% from the field. Round kicks to Wall. And the NBA 2K League, C-Web, the first e-sport operated by a U.S. pro sport. And it's quickly growing. Do you throw down on the sticks?
Yeah, just a little announcement to all the GMs of the 2K League. I am available. I'm a free agent. I'm ready to go. I'm nice on the sticks. I can play career mode, team mode, one-on-one mode. Whatever you need from me, I am ready to go. But I love it, man. It's great to see people who love this game, whether it's virtual or real life. It's hoops, baby.
So much fun. Time called here. The Wizards decide to talk it over.
And the talk at their huddle is going to be about taking care of the basketball. I mean, their turnover numbers are terrible.
Changes for Philadelphia. Joel Embiid, he's checked in for Mike Scott, and it's Ben Simmons in for Burke. Hachimura, he's checked in for the Wizards. Wall against Simmons. Hachimura, the pass to Wagner. Wall with it. Passes it to Miles. And that time, also a missed shot.
Boy, you can just see the frustration growing on their faces. Nothing going their way.
It's something that happens to every team. You just have to ride it out, play your hardest, and live with the results.
Richardson, no luck. For Washington, they've gone 1 of 5 from the field here in the fourth. A lot of misses, just the one make. Horford against Beal. There's the pass to Miles. Here's Hachimura. And they call the foul, so a chance at the line for one more coming up.
They're trailing, but they are really battling, working the ball down low, getting good looks in the paint. The inside game much improved from where it was in the first half.
One shot.
And that one misses. And out of Japan, a real interesting prospect, Hachimura, especially now that he can stretch the floor.
Yeah, he found the three ball in his last year of college, hit over 40%. You combine that with the size, the motor, he is really versatile, and I feel like he's putting it all together.
Embiid, and he drops it in from the low post.
And this is a testament to the concentration Embiid possesses. I mean, he's able to finish despite getting bodied up.
Wall passes to Wagner. Beal against Richardson. Now here's Beal. He's tightly guarded. Simmons against Wall. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. That one on Horford. And with a younger generation of fans cutting the cord, Silver has talked about ways, Chris, to make the games, the NBA games, more accessible.
Yeah, and as a guy, Kevin, that played on the West Coast, I know many people aren't happy with this idea, but I say move the games up an hour. Move it to 6 o'clock so that I could watch LeBron on the West Coast when I'm living on the East Coast and be to bed by a normal time where kids can stay up. But how about the streaming? I mean, you can watch it on your phone. It's so many better and different ways now. I mean, before, if you were traveling, you could never watch a game because you had to be by a TV set stuck into a wall. Now, that's your phone, your pads, and everything else. So I love the game. It's becoming more global because of the expansion and how we've gotten players out there in front of fans. And now, with the access that fans have through some type of mobile device, I just love it. I love it.
Tobias Harris has checked in for James Ennis, and that's good as he hits both of his shots.
As the #1 pick in the draft, Wallace always had a lot of pressure on him, and he does everything he can to live up to those expectations.
Pass to Embiid. Harris against Miles. Charity stripe shot, and again it's Philadelphia.
2 points.
A nice job taking what the defenders gave him. These guys need a gut check right now.
I mean, I don't know what they were thinking. You have to know the scouting report. He's a threat from out there.
Count that bucket.
You know, he was a non-factor in that first half, but now he's making up for lost time.
And Simmons kicks to Harris. This last season, the Thunder became the final NBA team to reach an agreement for jersey sponsorships. Have you gotten used to seeing those patches on the various jerseys around the league?
You know what, Kevin? I have. And they're not as intrusive as I thought.
Me too. I agree.
I was so scared of this. I thought it was going to ugly up the jersey and be bigger than the team logo and things like that. But you know how great this league is when it comes to getting messages out to their fans and promotion. And so we've done a wonderful job. And actually some I really, really like how they fit the jersey, how the colors matches, and the history of the company, actually. So I think they've done a great job kind of just making sure it just slides in there, not taking away the shine from the team.
At the line for the Wizards, John Wall. At the line for 2.
Shooting 2.
First free throw is good. That one misses.
It's a +5 advantage for them in rebounding after that one.
And Chris, as skilled as he is offensively, some overlook Joel Embiid's defensive impact.
Yeah, Kevin, he's the centerpiece of their defense. He's an outstanding rim protector, and he moves great for a player his size.
Outside, Beal, down low, and there's the slam dunk to finish it off.
And proving to be effective around the rim, Hachimura leaving no doubt about that one.
Up top, Simmons, covered by Wall. Outside for Simmons. Goes up the baseline. A second chance effort. Harris outside. There's the feed to Simmons. Good, and Harris gets the assist. Harris has got 5 assists tonight.
The assist totals, Kevin, just continue to grow. They're way ahead in that category. Ball movement has been flawless.
The other day, Chris, I heard Commissioner Adam Silver talking about that it strikes him sometimes how isolated players can be with cell phones and headphones, and those things wouldn't help that. Is it something that you've noticed or that you're concerned about?
You mean with my nephews and nieces and friends that are younger and kids walking across the street looking at their phones and not even looking both ways?
You know, your play-by-play partner, whoever it might be.
Yeah. Oh, come on. You know, Kevin, those are the times. And so I would tell Adam Silver, Mr. Commissioner, yeah, that's a basketball problem. That's a world problem. How are we going to stop any of that? We're here now. There's no putting that genie back in the bottle.
Here's Korkmaz. And the 3 off target. For Washington, they've gone 4 of 10 here in the final period. Not the time to go cold. Feeds it to Mahimi. Over O'Quinn, connects on the 9-footer.
I like to see the D with a little more energy out there. They kind of forgot about him.
Philadelphia leading by 23.
2 minutes left in the fourth quarter.
Here's Neto. Bolden passes to Simmons. Here's O'Quinn, and the layup's good off the glass.
Yeah, coach's pet peeve there. No box out.
Oh, it's simple. When you fail to put a body on someone, you're inviting a breakdown on the defensive glass.
Mahimi kicks to McCray. With the G League growing by leaps and bounds, one is now being brought to Mexico City, Chris.
I mean, first of all, let's go back to last season. Did you see how crazy those fans were in Jurassic Park in Toronto?
They love it.
Can you imagine Mexico? Oh my God, this would be great. Mexico City, yeah. Let's bring everyone in, all the fans in. What I really love is that it's for the home fan base. So when I think of the Toronto Raptors, I think about the city of Toronto. I think about Canada and how it's theirs. And even though we're one league, that team is theirs, and they take that pride on, and it just brings so much more excitement. Can you imagine all the people in Mexico City being excited for their team? Oh, I want to be at one of the first games when that happens because I know the crowd is going to be sick. It's going to be crazy. I want to be there.
That's good from Simmons.
3-point play.
1:10 left to play here in the fourth.
Yes, and with this one winding down, it's obvious to everyone who watched it. Just a total mismatch and a true show of strength for the 76ers.
This was a team performing to its fullest capability.
A hugely satisfying win. A game that not many will soon forget. And on the other side, one that I think most will try to forget.
And the effort here tonight, adding to the W column for the season, will go down as their 48th win.
And they've put themselves into the driver's seat in regards to the season series with this team. Tonight's win will give them a 2-1 edge with only 1 left to play.
And we watched them all night long. No one could really stop them. Just another excellent game it was for Joel Embiid.
The energy he played with tonight was amazing, and it paid off the most on the glass where he dominated the rebounding stats.
Here's Neto. So it's Philadelphia winning this one easily. They poured it on tonight. Dominant showing in front of a crowd that loved every minute of it.
And you know, this game could really be a defining one for what they can do when they are playing at their best. I mean, being here at home no doubt helps, and the execution was flawless.
And that'll do it, folks. For Chris Webber, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. So long, everyone.